Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The bill itself, the Disclosure to the United States District Court Amendment Act of 2009, was agendized at the Committee of the Whole meeting 3 weeks ago. The amendment that I'm circulating now, which is being co-introduced by 11 council members, including myself, would address an issue that came up in connection with the next item on the agenda, the Domestic Partnership Judicial Determination of Parentage Act. And the amendment that I'm circulating now, again co-introduced by 11 council members, speaks to the issue of the district's marriage law, and specifically our district law, which is over 100 years old, is silent as to recognition of marriages performed in other jurisdictions. It has been our practice for over a century by this law that we recognize marriages that have been properly entered into in other jurisdictions. With recent events where some states have adopted either judicially or by legislation their law that permits marriages by couples of the same sex, the issue is, what does our law do? This amendment clarifies, makes explicit in our law that the District of Columbia recognizes marriages performed in other jurisdictions, whether of the same or opposite sex. That is what this amendment does, and I so move it.
All right, discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I wanted to just make one minor correction. I said that this amendment is co-introduced by 11 members. It's by 12 members. Mr. Thomas has also signed it. I also wanted to, I had meant to note what Mr. Catania noted, other jurisdictions in this country. My understanding is that there were 18,000 marriages in California of the same sex that have been consecrated. And we know that the courts in Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Iowa have ruled permitting same-sex marriages. I learned that just within, I believe, the last hour, Vermont actually overrode the governor's veto, both houses. And then, as Mr. Catania pointed out, New York and Rhode Island have explicitly said that they will recognize, they will do what this amendment does, which is to recognize legally sanctioned marriages in other states, recognize them as marriages within their borders. The issue here, some are saying is an important step. I think it's a simple step. It's just a simple step. All we're doing is saying what the law has said since Congress enacted it in 1901, that a marriage that is duly sanctioned in another jurisdiction will be recognized here as a marriage. Nothing more than that. Very simple, and we are following the steps of, I believe I said it was 8 other states. Thank you.
Mr. Chair. Thank you very much, Mr. Mendelson. Mr.